Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. They've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Vanderbilt Commodores taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Commodores will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will take the first swing of the game. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this just steamrolling the defense. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Looking to go up top on first down.
Oh.
And it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Fires it incomplete. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
It's complete to the right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Fires one high and deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Makes a move. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And the Commodores want to pick up the tempo. Fires to the right. Got his man. Open space at the 25. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling?
And the ball is intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. It's a reverse. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Good timing and execution on the jet sweep. They're able to use his speed on the perimeter to help generate that first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
You got to catch that, dude.
Make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. Finds the tight end. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. 2nd and short now after that completion. Give to the running back. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Zings it complete to the right. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Come on.
Good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Grabs it in the middle. Nice pick up there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. The Commodores want to crank the tempo. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And the Commodores look to keep this drive humming.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Coates. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Forced out of the pocket. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to pound it in.
Come on, you gotta
Takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Vandy. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Fielded in the end zone. It's awesome. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. He'll throw on 3rd down. He lofts one down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fair catch called for and made. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. He wants to throw. Coming after it. And the quarterback is snowed under. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Can't get him to the ground. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's awesome. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Vandy.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit in this one.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
Gets it out quickly. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
He wants to pass it on second down. On the move, he fires.
Ooh.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Georgia sends out the punt team. And the ball comes to rest right there.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
The give to the tailback. He's into the open down the middle. Past the 50. The 30. He's at the 10.
Fucking really?
Commodores. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He turns that loose down the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play of the half. And back to the air on second down. He's not afraid to go deep. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Athens to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against, He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Makes the catch and knocked down. The Commodores headed quickly to the line. They'll run play action. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. And the Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Still looking. Finds his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now on 2nd down. The give to the back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. They'll throw it from the red zone. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires into traffic, picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room, you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Ramsauer. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Lost one deep down the right side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get down in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Get it out on the screen. Pirouettes away from the defense. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Georgia lining up to punt it away. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Commodores will hustle to the line. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, I tell you what, this guy's making a name for himself. 2 sacks last week. He's got 2 today already. He is terrorizing quarterbacks.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never develops.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. They run the reverse. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And playing defense now in college football, you have to be ready for motions. And wide receivers are becoming more and more part of the game plan of getting them the football, letting them be running backs. You see it even in the NFL some too. Great job by the defense. They were ready for it. They were aware. Now the offense maybe use that as a decoy in the future.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. After an abysmal first half, goose egg on the scoreboard, the offense trying to find itself. It's first down. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You've got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The Dogs moving quickly to the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. They'll run the quarterback sneak. And I don't think he got in. Those big bodies up front just creating a wall at the goal line.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with it.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they've still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting...
And the ball squirts out, deep in their own end. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Touchdown, Georgia! The defense with the scoop and score.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's
Dude,
out.
fucking make the catch.
Take it all the way back to the house for 6.
They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This game might be out of reach by now, Jesse, if not for the benevolence of these guys.
I tell you, I give them credit offensively because they've been aggressive. They just haven't...
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Looking for a big play. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Bringing it back. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario. Offense back on the field, trailing in the 4th quarter. Time to go win it.
Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he would...
Touchdown, Dogs! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UCLA is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Terry Donahue, this has not been a blowout today inside the Rose Bowl. They're up by 5 over Minnesota. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. And the Commodores come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. They're bringing heat. He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the 1st down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Turns it on in midfield. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And I've been there, fellas. This is no fun if you're a quarterback. All game long, you've got guys in your lap. You've got guys chasing you all the way across the field. You just never feel like you can get in a rhythm because this pass rush is in your face all day.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Oh, he drops him. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires on the move. A strike downfield. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. They are running out of time and very little choice. Down 5 late, they'll go for it on fourth down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down. Line gets set, first down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You've got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run it. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Georgia sends out the punt team.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
Third down coming.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space. So if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. One back in the backfield, he gets to carry. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they take it in for 6 more points. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. I know the situation looks bleak, but have we nothing if we don't have hope, David?
Amen. I mean, keep hope alive, pitch this pill around, use every second you got, make this game, Palmer, as close as you possibly can.
Crazier things have happened in college football, man. Let's just go find out. Let's find out where the playmakers are lined up and see if they can make something positive happen.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd down, going up top. They're trying to get to it. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Trying to get to it. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by 7 possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he is brought to the ground, and that's how we'll wrap this one up. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum.